too black, which is too strong.
You so black.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Brother Black One. Come in with another strong video. Fellas, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I sent out 2 messages on 2 Facebook groups that I belong to, and I asked the ladies, I said, how important is it in a relationship is stimulation in the form of a conversation? And let me tell you something. I got a riptide of responses as far as them saying that it was very, very important that there be conversation and all of that stuff as it pertains to a relationship, saying that if most of the women were saying if you can't stimulate their mind mentally, then you pretty much lost them. So I was like, wow. So that's very, very important to them as a whole. I was like, wow, that's deep. So, fellas, y'all gotta get something on your mind more than football, NFL, and basketball. A lot of us brothers can't hold a conversation for 3 to 5 minutes. To be honest with you fellas, I hate to break this news to you, but some of y'all already know this. A lot of times, women are conforming, and I understand in a relationship it's about give and take and compromise, but a lot of women are transforming. Transform is not a good word, but a lot of times women are overly compromising themselves to appease you and to be with you, which I think is good. But I'm gonna be honest with you fellas, a lot of women don't care about no football. Now, yes, you do got some women sports enthusiasts that genuinely like sports and genuinely like football, and that's good. But to be honest with you, a lot of them don't really care. They just want to spend time with you, and if they know that that's the case, then they're excited. But let me tell you something, fellas. You guys have to compromise or reciprocate that behavior back. And I know a lot of guys don't like to go shopping, and a lot of guys don't like they don't like to go shopping, and they don't like to you guys don't like going places with the women, and they barely can get us in the yard. But hey, you know that for those who are married, happy wife, happy life. And sometimes that's things being said for in relationships, because nobody wants to be in a relationship where they're miserable. So, fellas, I suggest y'all start Googling stuff. See, what y'all gotta do is, y'all gotta learn how to fake it till you make it. If you know she likes something, man, Google that joint and pretend like you didn't spend the whole day looking at something. I don't care if you gotta go on WikiLeaks. Look up something to make it even pretend like, you'd be surprised how she light up. Like, when you light up when she wear that jersey, she don't like the Redskins, she don't like Dallas. All she like is you. And when she see that you doing that, that's gonna take you a long way, bud. It's gonna take you a long way, buddy. So, my advice to you guys, y'all better get something on your mind other than sports. Because I'm gonna tell you, y'all some dynamos when it comes to at work when y'all got to speak, and a lot of us, we don't have a fear of speaking. A lot of us, if it's not in the areas of interest that we like, we not going to offer no input. We ain't going to say nothing. Or we give a lot of one-word answers. So, by the response I got from the 2 different pages, yeah, we better get on the ball. Now, this can go on deaf ears, you know, because some brothers gonna take heed, some brothers not. Because at the end of the day, the women want to keep you, they whatever, they gonna do whatever to appease you, whatever. But, you know, my advice is, you know, have something meaningful on your mind. Because these women, I was shocked at the response I got. I was and I wasn't. But I was like, wow, they taking this thing like really serious. So, with that emotional stimulation, because fellas, you got to understand, women are made with emotion. We're made with logic. So, when you can tap into that emotional state, you got them without even trying. You ain't got to lift a finger. It's just the small things that they well, it's not really small, but it's those things that they hold near and dear to their heart. And you could be like, I could give a rat's behind about X, Y, and Z. But I'm gonna tell you something. For the women, it's real all day long. It's real all day long. You know, that's why I like, if you find something that women like, and a lot of guys who don't like to go shopping, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you some good stuff. At least you may not go into the mall with them. You may not go into the shops with them. But at least, man, sit in the courtyard, at least, or the food court, and pretend like, you know, or show a vague interest in what she wants. See, I grew up with 2 sisters, so I was exposed to how women shop, and I was trained as a young guy. I'm a little bit different. You guys excuse this, ambulance is coming. Yeah, so I understand, you know, the way a woman think when she shopping. I understand, you know, that when they make their choices, it's based on 6 or 7 variables, stuff that drive men crazy. Because of me growing up with my 2 sisters, I have an inside track on that stuff. So the shop, I'm a whole lot different from most guys. Because with me, the shopping thing don't bother me, because I've been trained as a kid, you know, going to the mall with my sisters and watching my sisters dress and watching and looking at their fashion taste. I understand why, like, for example, a lot of guys still have this crazy idea that they gonna, like, get mad because the woman got more room in the closet than you got. Dude, just go ahead, don't even that's a useless fight, because it's a known fact that women have way more clothes than men, and you're not gonna win that argument. So that's why I say, look, just give me a closet, a little corner, and I'll be cool. Now I'm gonna tell you a little trick. When you act like you yield in, a lot of times they'll be like, oh, nah. Because it make them feel bad that they getting kicked out their own closet. So sometimes you can gain more ground by just giving in and yielding instead of trying to fight. I noticed that's worked for some guys when they just say, I'll just put my stuff downstairs, because it feels bad, like they just dominating the whole closet. Like, you know, this is your house. just as much as their house. So a lot of times that logic will work. But you know, the whole premise, like I'm saying in this video, is, man, just act like you care, like a little bit, and that take you a long way. Now that's not going to, like, I'm gonna say this. That doesn't mean that every time you do it, it's gonna work, because some of us are just old school, traditional. We not giving up nothing. You know, it is what it is. I don't care what you say. It just is what it is. And we going, you know, some of us are traditional males, traditional females, and that's where a lot of our unnecessary fighting in that area, unnecessary fights start over things like that. So, unless, fellas, you're gonna make up for it, because there's a part of the year where there's nothing going on. Football's over with, basketball's over with, and then you got that stretch where baseball is getting ready to start. And a lot of us don't like baseball until the playoffs come, which is in October. So if you guys are going to bone up and do all that and get mad, you know, when she don't want to pay attention to you in football season, or a lot of men say, listen, just leave me alone doing football. Just let me watch the game in peace. But I'm going to tell you something. Once football season over, you got to start putting deposits in the bank. With that time before it's over, you got pretty much all summer to devote to her. And, you know, so in the fall, you can do what you want to do, or you won't get nagged as much. Not saying you ain't gonna get nagged, but you won't get nagged as much. So this whole thing is what they say is checkers, not chess. So you just gotta give and take, ebb and flow. You know, that Al Bundy syndrome, you know, or that what's my man name? With the Jeffersons. You know, Mr. Jefferson, that's not gonna work. Not nowadays. That behavior is not gonna work. So, guys, I'm just telling y'all what the women came back and told me based on their responses. We gotta be more stimulating, whatever that means. And I'm not talking about in no bedroom. I'm talking about mental stimulation. Because the women said, if you got me mentally, then everything else is a go. And guess what? It don't take much. But if you got a woman that is just playing cat and mouse and you trying or whatever, that's a whole nother video. But look, this Brother Black One, rate, subscribe, share, follow me on social media. Until next time, peace.
Thanks again for tuning in with another broadcast of Brother Black One. Until next time, family, peace and love.